Live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always from my brother Tim. And today, we got a how many game NBA slate? I didn't count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 game.
9-game NBA slate. Oh joy! 3 games in the NHL, and should be an interesting slate. But before we take a look at today's slate, before we look at today's games, we're going to take a look back at what happened last night. That sweet hell of last night. Wow. I got absolutely obliterated. And this is like one of those types of situations where, as a public handicapper, as someone who handicaps for everybody to see, and for someone who you guys can see what I bet every single day, because guess what? Well, in a minute here, we'll have all our stuff scrolling on the bottom of the screen saying this is what we bet. And if I ever bet anything after the show, I put it into the YouTube community tab, so I can track myself throughout the year, and you guys can see what exactly I've been betting. And last night was one of those nights where it's embarrassing coming on here and saying I finished down 13 units last night. And it was because of two games where I was absolutely stupid, and the way I approached the game was 100% wrong. And I had way too much exposed to one team. We'll get into that. And this is just an example of you gotta control what you bet on certain things. You don't go too heavy on any given team. And I paid the price for that last night. I thought it was an absolute smash spot for one of my games. It wasn't the case. All right. In college basketball, we did finish up 0.65 units. We went 16 and 14. Tim will break down those games. In the NBA, I went 1-4. The Clippers did not show up. The Nets did not show up. The Blazers did not show up. My only winner was one I added on the community tab with the Memphis Grizzlies at -3.5. 1-4 in the NBA, down 2.80 units. And then last night in the NHL, this is what ultimately destroyed me: 3-11-2. I lost on the Sharks. I'm working from the end to the beginning. I lost to the Sharks. I lost with the over in Ottawa and Calgary. That finished 4-1. I just needed one more goal for a push at that point. We got the goals from Ottawa. We didn't get them from the Flames. I was expecting the opposite way around. And I already got Ottawa for tomorrow, and that line's dropped 25 cents for tomorrow already since I bet it. I lost on Buffalo and Nashville over the 6. Buffalo got the more goals than I ever expected them to, and Aaron Dell looked like he wasn't a complete dumpster fire.
Aaron Dell for Vesna?
Please stop. I had the Pred team total over 3.5 at -145. That one lost. I had the Predators puck line -1.5 at -125. Loss. I don't know whatever the Sabres did from last game to this game, but someone talked some sense into them, and they played some good defensive hockey. Plain and simple, they made adjustments. They did. And we had the Predators. And this is where I handicapped the game wrong, because we had the Predators on a letdown spot. I don't know how I didn't see it. They're coming off of a huge win versus Colorado, and now they're playing Buffalo. I know hindsight's 2020, but I'm pissed I didn't see that.
Well, I will say real quick with that one. I know me and Nick have the hockey group chat and everything, and we talk in there. And I like to start shit up with the Buffalo Sabres because I chose them. It's the fun thing to do. And before the game, I said any value on the +300 Buffalo line. Not Colorado, Nashville in a letdown spot after a big win against Colorado. I had that in exactly, and I said Buffalo can't lose every game, right? And a bunch of people laughed at that post and was joking around about it, and everybody was having their list of the worst hockey teams in the NHL, and Buffalo Sabres were 3 times on that list out of the top 5. So I had fun with that one I know it was not a good game for everybody last night. But everybody had the puck line, so it's not like I don't know. I had a little bit of fun with that game, though, even though I lost my bet from it, which was the over.
Yeah. Then I lost with the over 5.5 with Winnipeg. And I was expecting a little bit of a layoff with a little bit of rust with the Jets. And they shut them out. They shut out the Red Wings 3-0. I did cast the team total over for the Jets. Islanders and Devils over 5.5. That was 3-2 with, I want to say, 6 minutes to go. I couldn't get an empty net goal to push it over because that would have been nice. I pushed on the over 6 at Tampa Bay and Vancouver. If I would have bet that the next day at 5.5, that would have been a winner. I pushed on the Carolina Columbus over 6. Really, the Columbus over 6. I pushed on that one. Because Carolina, this is the one team that don't bet too much on any given team. This was the one that cost me on my night last night. Carolina team total over, Carolina puck line, Carolina regulation line, Carolina money line. Absolutely destroyed me. And I beat a 60-cent line movement on that money line as well. So it's not like I got a bad line. It's not like I made a bad bet. I bet too much. That was the problem with that game. So you got to be smart with your betting, and you gotta just be smart. That's all I gotta say here. 3-11-2 last night, down 11.03 units in the NHL. 29-2 overall yesterday, down 13.18 units. 224, 230, and 15 this year, 2022, down 22.79 units. I need some type of recovery here, and then I got a big NHL slate tomorrow. So,
yeah, I will say for me, it was a good day. Obviously, I don't bet hockey, so I didn't get involved. Well, I was 1-2 in hockey, but I threw like $5 down in each game. I don't bet hockey. So it didn't really matter to me. NBA yesterday, finally a good day. Milwaukee money line was a no sweater from the middle of the first quarter. They took the lead. At one point, they're up like 30 points. That one was a blowout. Memphis made me sweat a little bit. That one was Memphis was down down a point or something with 2 minutes to go, and somehow still won by 8 points. So covered the 4.5. I'm a big fan of Memphis right now. And then probably one of my favorite plays yesterday was the Denver-Portland over. And that one was a no-doubter. I figured Denver come out, and after what happened last game, we saw that one was a heavy under. No team was making points. And I will say, from watching this team, that bench showed up perfect last night. Because that's been the big weakness on that Denver side, and that's why they've been getting a lot of unders, is once Jokic got off the floor, they were doing nothing. Oh, no. They did a lot last night. They scored 140 points, which that was most of the way already. They went over with like 6 minutes left in the game, which was fantastic to see for me. We saw a big game from Bones Hyland. Really nice to see there. Campazzo had an 18-12 day with 4 steals. We even saw almost a double-double out of Najayi, which was fantastic because we didn't see Jokic had 25-plus points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists or something like that, and he didn't even play the fourth quarter. I honestly should be grabbing an MVP ticket on him as well. Him and Ja would be my top 2 right now, and run with that. I still think Nikola Jokic is probably number 1 in the NBA right now in terms of what he's been doing. They're comparing some of his numbers with Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as one of the only players to be averaging 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists a game. I'm sorry, he's the MVP again. Without him, this Nuggets team is nothing. So just looking at that one, I think I might be picking up an MVP ticket on him as well, so I can have Ja at plus 1,000 and Jokic at plus 1,200. So I might be looking at that as well. But 3-0 night there. Sorry to ramble on about that game. I just was really excited that one went that way. 16-14 in college basketball. All of our plays are up on the site. I don't need to be running through 30 games right now. Just know that we won 2 more than we lost. And my big one was I cashed the over in that Ohio State game, which was which was my buzzer beater. So happy about that game. But we'll go ahead and say hi to the chat, and then we'll go ahead and jump into today's slate. Latoya, hey twins, it's been a while. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Good to see you back in the chat. What up, twins? Back to the grind. Let's get it. Let's do this. Last night's NHL games were bad for a bunch of people in the chat. So, hi, awesome people. Go Sabres. Sabres for the cup. I agree. CSM. Let's get it. Can you explain hedge betting again? Hedge betting is essentially you bet on one side. Normally, when you first bet a side, you bet a dog. Or where I would more likely to hedge is with, say, a 4-leg parlay. You hit the first 3 legs. And say if it's a plus 11, say if you put $100 down on a 4-leg parlay, you hit the first 3 legs, and say it's a plus 1,100 odds or something to win the parlay. I would put $500 on the opposite side of. So after this only works. So 4 plus legs, hit the first however money and leave 1 left. Put half of the money or put a chunk of money on the opposite side of that last game. So if you have hit 1, 2, and 3, and then it's game 4 is between Team A and Team B, you have Team A. Put a hedge bet down about half of what you would make from that parlay, and put that on Team B. That's essentially hedge betting, and then that's essentially guaranteeing yourself, even if it's not as much, not winning that, say, 1,100, instead of you're winning $500, you're still profiting like $400, $500 off of that parlay or whatever. So that's kind of hedge betting. Yeah, Hurricanes, ugly. Morning twins, no worries. You'll get it. Get all 13 units back today. Blues 2 goals and third to win, and Reg saved me. Rangers easy win with Shesterkin playing lights out.
Yeah, Shesterkin. I was potentially expecting him back that game, but I wasn't 100% sure on that one.
That's fair. All right, Nick. Do you want to let's run through today's slate? I could probably get through the NBA games pretty quick. No problem, Karma. We'll go ahead and start off with this game.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at the Boston Celtics at the Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers are 3.5-point home favorites in this game with a total of 212. Where are you looking at for this first matchup?
Now, when it comes to the NBA, I'm a heavy person. I'm big with the West Coast teams. The Western Conference is my cup of tea. That's where I'm making my money. Eastern Conference is not as pretty. I'm not as good with those sides, especially with these Boston-Philly games. They're very difficult for me to try to figure out. And that's why I leave them alone. Either Boston-Philly, Boston-New York, Philly-New York. Pretty much Boston, Philly, New York, and like, I don't know, any of the Northeastern teams are normally not too and the Nets I normally leave alone too. I'm not really too strong with those games. So for this one, I'm laying off. In terms of injury report, Marcus Smart is questionable with a thigh injury. Other than that, these two teams are pretty much fully healthy. So I'm not going to talk anybody off of either side. For me, it's a pass.
Yeah. For me, this one's a pass as well. I had this game handicapped around 2.5, so I guess it would be a slight lean towards that road underdog, getting 3.5 points with the Boston Celtics. I'm not particularly high on these Philadelphia 76ers, so I feel like they're semi-easy for me to fade. So it'd be a lean towards the Celtics in this spot here, but not one I got involved with.
Yeah, and you don't need to get involved with every game. I know I have 5 plays out of the 9 games, but
yeah, I got 3.
See how it is. Softness. Lex, it was cool seeing you on Pick Some Parleys last night. I will say that was fun to watch. But we'll go ahead and keep on rolling. This is another game that's not as pretty.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets are hosting the Orlando Magic. The Hornets are slight 11-point home favorites, total 224. Where are you looking at for this one?
This is another game that I passed on. I do not lay more than 10 plus points, even though there's plenty of situations where I very well should have. It would be a lean towards Charlotte in this one. Charlotte's been playing really well lately, 7-3 in their last 10, and they're 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 as well. Orlando hasn't won a game in a while. I don't think they've won a game all year. In seriousness, they haven't won a game. The last time they won a game straight up was on December 22nd, and that's when they beat the Atlanta Hawks. Other than that, this Orlando team has been really in the dumps and not really a team I'm interested in backing. But because Charlotte is more than a 10-point spread, I just decided to lay off that game.
Yeah, this is another pass for me here. I had this game handicapped around 10.5. So once again, probably a half-point lean towards the underdog in this spot. But am I looking to jump onto the Orlando Magic as much as I have bet them the last few weeks, taking the points? And taking the points with them has not been the worst thing. They've been covering some spreads. Nothing crazy, though. But no, I'm not getting involved in this game.
Yeah, also keep in mind, Charlotte is the fourth most profitable team in the NBA. They're hitting their spread around 62% this year. Only teams ahead of them, Cleveland, Oklahoma City, and Memphis. So Charlotte has been a very profitable team this year, but I'm not going after this game. All right, Lex has a little bit of a parlay. Ball State plus 11. I actually don't have my Google Docs up. Hold on, let me pull that up. So I can go through these games with you. Ball State plus 11. If it is that actually the line on it, because that would be a lean towards Ball State for us as well, or a bet on Ball State is on that for us, because we have that one as Buffalo -7. If that's actually
Buffalo's a 7.5-point favorite. Oh. Yeah, that's a teaser.
I was about to say then. Wow, we kind of interesting. Ball State, sure. Under. Me and Nick are already on the under. Even I think like 162 or whatever.
Yeah,
Nebraska team total under. I like the under in general in that game, so that's fine. Siena plus 9. We're on Marist, so not really interested there. Monmouth money line. Why not? We have them as 4.5-point favorites. First half, okay. And then VCU plus 6. Why not? We have Bonnie at around a 2.5-point favorite. So there you go. Hornets all the way. Magic can't get the points. That's 100%. My parlay is teased except for the first half pick. Fair enough. Yeah, I got that. We kind of figured that one out midway or after Ball State. All right, Nick, we'll head to this game where I actually have my first play of the day.
Yeah, Toronto Raptors are at the Detroit Pistons in this next one here. Raptors are 7.5, 8.5-point favorites now. Total of 220, 213.5. Where are you looking?
Yeah, I got Toronto at 7.5, so that's nice that it's moved that way. Toronto's been hot. 7-3 their last 10, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, and the most important thing, they're healthy. Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, and OG Anunoby. Scotty Barnes is a little bit banged up, but he's most likely going to be playing. Chris Boucher. This Toronto Raptors team has really turned around their season to a team that was out of the playoff picture and wasn't really looking good to, I believe they're now sitting in a borderline playoff spot. If I remember right, I'm pulling that up now. Yeah, they're in the 8th seed now. So they've really pulled themselves out. And if you guys watched the Shoot and Hoop show on Wednesday night, we went over some contenders, and I put the Raptors in there as one of my teams that I think could really make a push this year. We say this every year, even with them, but I believe that this core in VanVleet, Siakam, and Scotty Barnes is one of the best trios in the NBA right now. Siakam's a really good center. Fred VanVleet can do his stuff, and Scotty Barnes is a really good rookie. I believe Scotty Barnes is probably number 1 or 2 for Rookie of the Year. The only other person I could put up there with him is Evan Mobley with the Cavs. This is a spot where I think the Raptors win this game by 20 plus. This is one of my more confident plays today. I really do like the Raptors in this game.
Yeah. I would lean towards the other way. Now that it's an 8.5, it's moved that much. I would lean towards the home dog in this spot, but I'm not getting involved in this game.
I like it. Maple. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a Toronto Maple Leafs Raptors looking good.
Yeah, they both are. And the Blue Jays might look decent this year as well. Toronto, you have a positive future here.
Yep. Thoughts on college basketball parlay? Maris, yes. VCU, money line. We have that one around a 2.5 point game, so why not? We would lean a little bit more towards Bonnie, but that's fine. Davidson, we would lean slightly towards Richmond, but I'm not going to talk you off of that. We didn't bet either of those sides. The only side that we did bet today was that Maris game. And then Akron, Kent State over. I did a free pick video on that one last night, and I gave out the over. So I'm right there with you. Good luck today. Good morning, Jarnell. Welcome. All right, let's keep rolling through these NBA games, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to move on here. The Suns are at the Pacers in this one here. Pacers are 5.5 point underdogs at home here with a total of 220. Where are you looking at this game?
Yeah, this is another one that I laid off. It would be a lean towards the Pacers at plus 5.5 at home, but it's kind of hard for me to fade this Phoenix team. They've been really good this year. They're still number one in the West for now. I believe they're going to get overtaken soon, and not by Golden State. So Memphis is only 3 games back. But the big thing is this Indiana team is healthy. Karis LeVert's finally back. Brogdon was back last game. It still says he's questionable, but he's going to play. He played last game. And then Cam Johnson, questionable today's game. Ankle injury. I believe he plays as well. I think this would be a lean towards Indiana. I think that they can keep this one at least semi-close at home with a team that I believe with this Indiana team, the problem this year is they have not been all healthy at once. But when they have been healthy, they've been good. It would be a lean towards Indiana plus 5.5, but I personally did not get to this game.
Yeah, I did get on this one. I think I got it, unfortunately, at 5, and it moved to 5.5. I like the Pacers in this spot here. I had this game handicapped around 2.5, 3. I think that they're a live home underdog today, and I went ahead and took the points. Pacers are a team that I'm looking to take points with here. So Pacers plus the 5.5.
All right, sounds good. I believe this would be our marquee matchup of the night, Nick. What do you think?
Yeah, Chicago Bulls are hosting the Golden State Warriors. The Bulls are 4-point home favorites with a total of 223 in this game. Where are we looking?
Yeah, I believe that both of these two teams, if you're looking at where people might be recency bias-wise, both of them are coming off of ugly losses. Golden State, or I should say Chicago, came off of a bad loss they got blown out by the Nets 2 nights ago. Golden State is on the second leg of a back-to-back, but it doesn't feel like it because most of their players sat in the fourth quarter. So their players are going to be rested for this one. I'm on Golden State because everybody's going to see what they did last night. Still no Draymond. Klay Thompson's out again. He played last night, but he will rest against the Bulls. I'm still digging Golden State because a lot of people are going to see that recency bias of, oh, geez, they just got blown to pieces by the Bucks. Now they have to play a back-to-back against the Bulls. They're not going to. I think they keep this one close, maybe even win the game. I'm grabbing Golden State today.
Yeah, I'm on the exact same page here. Give me Golden State plus the 4, and let me take it a step further. Give me the plus 150 at a half-unit play. The wrong team's favored in the spot, I think. Even at home, I think Golden State's still the much better overall team. Yes, I get it. They're not going to have Thompson for this game, but they haven't had Thompson all year.
Draymond.
So, okay, no Draymond as well. But
I will say this Golden State team plays better without Klay Thompson, if that's even a thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I think this is a bounce back spot. We're going to see this similar with a couple NHL teams tomorrow, I think as well. So Yeah, this is you get absolutely embarrassed the night before or 2 nights before, like the Golden State Warriors were. I think they're going to come out and ready to go. I think the wrong team's favorite in this matchup here. I mean, the Warriors plus the 4.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Let's run it. Let's keep running through these games though.
Yeah, we're going to be going with the Miami Heat hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Miami 4.5-point home favorites, total 221 in this game. You're looking to find a spot in this one.
This is actually the last game that I did not bet on today. I will have plays on the last 3 games. Like I mentioned, West Coast teams. Love West Coast teams. This is a spot where we just saw these 2 teams play, and we saw the Heat absolutely smack them. Granted, that was in Atlanta. Now they're going to Miami. Miami is a 4-point favorite now, even without Butler. Still no Bam. Still no Clint Capella on the Hawks side. Other than that, these teams are getting healthier. Minus their big players that are out, not due to COVID, but due to injury. I feel like this could be a decent bounce back spot for Atlanta. Did I get to this one? No, I did not. I have no interest in getting to this game because honestly, I could see it finishing either the exact same way that last game did or Atlanta Hawks with a bounce back. No real feeling on this one. I passed on this game, but I'll have plays on the last 3 games.
Yeah, this is definitely a spot where I'm going right back to the Heat in this spot. I really like the Heat this year. I took him at -4.5. That's what I'm trying to type into my computer here to get some numbers down. Because if we look at what this Atlanta team has done on the road this year, we know that as an away team, Atlanta is one of the worst in the NBA. They are 9-13, but against the spread here as a road team. I'm trying to get these numbers up. I have them up, and now I don't. They are 8-14 against the spread, and this is not a team I trust at all on the road. So I feel like this is definitely a nice spot here. Now, Miami, they are a team I prefer getting points, obviously, than laying points, but give me the Heat -4.5. They take care of business here against a team that's absolutely awful.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's keep rolling through these games. We got 3 NBA games left.
Yeah, Cleveland Cavaliers are at the San Antonio Spurs. Cavs are 3.5-point road favorites here in San Antonio with a total of 220.5.
Yeah, I'm going right back to Cleveland today. I know I faded them their last game against the Jazz. That did not work out. I just don't trust the Spurs team right now. 2-8 their last 10 games and 4-6 against the spread. Granted, Cleveland's not playing any better and they're still on this road trip. They're 5-5, 3-6-1 against the spread. I just feel like it's a decent spot for Cleveland to keep pushing against a bad Spurs team. I think they can win maybe this game by even double digits. This Cleveland team is 100% healthy. Obviously, minus not having the 2 players that are going to be out for the rest of the year. So I feel like this is a squad that can really do some damage. So I'm taking Cleveland tonight. I think they win by double digits against the Spurs on the road.
Yeah, this is one where I laid off. I was leaning the opposite direction with the home underdog. You know how much I love my home underdogs here in the NBA. But yeah, this is a spot where I think I had this game handicapped around 2. So I just didn't see laying the points with Cleveland as a profitable play for today. So I just passed on this one here. So no action for me.
That's fair. That's fair. Keep on rolling through these games.
Yeah, I think this is our second to last game?
Second to last,
yeah. Yeah, Houston Rockets are at the Sacramento Kings. Kings are 5-point home favorites, total of 237.5. What are you looking at for this one?
Yeah, I think if you're playing, if anybody's playing DraftKings or DFS tonight, this would be the game to grab some value places from, or some just pieces in general, mid-price places. I got the over in this one. Sacramento Kings are one of the fastest teams back and forth in the league in terms of possessions and stuff. Their defense is less than stellar. They're allowing about 113.5 points a game, which is third to last in the league. And they're scoring almost 110 a game, which is really good. Which is, I mean, it's mid-pack. It's 13th. And then you got Houston, who I believe is even worse when it comes to defense. Houston's dead last for defense this year, allowing about 116.5 points a game. I think we get a high-tempo, ugly, high-scoring game between these two teams where both of them go into the 120s, 130s, and it's just a high-scoring game. So this will be your high-scoring game of the night. Grabbing the over with Houston and Sacramento.
Sacramento's team total for this game is 121.5.
Over. Honestly, let's look at what the Rockets have done in terms of defensive lately. 124, and that was last 2 nights ago against the Spurs. 111 against Philly. 141 Minnesota. Allowed 130 to Dallas. Dallas is not even a high-scoring team. 111 to Washington. 133 to Philadelphia. 124 to Denver. 120 to Miami. 132 to LA, and 123 to Charlotte. That's all within the last 10 games. 3 of those games went under. It's because Houston scored 91, Houston scored 114, and Houston scored 99 in those games. So Houston has a tendency of allowing a lot of points, and I think the exact same thing happens tonight.
Fair enough. I can definitely get behind that. I passed on this game. It'd be a lean towards the Kings. I had this game around 6.5. It's 5. If I can get 4.5, 4 with the Kings, I might add them to my card. And I don't hate that team total over 121.5 as high as that is.
Yeah, no, I agree. I feel you on the Warriors, but I'm reluctant just because the Bulls are coming off of that. Yeah, against the Nets. Also, no Draymond, Clay, or Payton. Yeah, I understand that. It's more of a value spot whenever you can get the Warriors at plus money. Vaca minus 650 tonight.
I will slam that line.
Sounds like a good line to me. All right, Nick, final NBA game of the day.
Yeah, Dallas Mavericks are at the Memphis Grizzlies here. Grizzlies are 2.5-point favorites now in this game, total 215.5. This has gone down from 3. Where are you looking at in this one? This one looks kind of tricky.
These are 2 of the hottest teams, and 2 hot teams right now. I'm not going to say of the hottest. Memphis is the hottest team in basketball. They won their 11th straight game last night. They're 9-1 against the spread. They're even 10-1 against the spread in their last 11. Only time that they did not cover, they were 6-point favorites and won by 5. So this Memphis team, it's hard to fade them. They're the most profitable team. They're now 3rd in the West, 3 games behind Phoenix. And Dallas, they've been playing well too. 7-3 their last 10, 7-3 against the spread. So they've been playing relatively well as well. But with Memphis at home, I know it's a back-to-back, but this is a young team and this is a hungry team, and they're going to look to continue their streak. Kristaps Porzingis is going to be out for Dallas tonight. Dylan Brooks remains out for Grizzlies, but they've been without him for a while. And then Adams missed yesterday's game, but could be back today with a non-COVID illness. Other than that, these teams are pretty healthy. So I think Memphis continues this big win streak that they've been on. It's kind of similar to the Cleveland Cavaliers situation earlier in the year when they were constantly covering. Yeah, I've been riding this Memphis train the entire time, and I've been making money. So I'm going to keep riding with Memphis on their big winning streak. Give me them -3.
Yeah, this game makes me extremely nervous. This game seems fishy to me. This is a complete stay off. I know it's a back-to-back. I know Memphis has looked really good. I can't get involved in this game, though.
That's fair. I don't really feel like it's fishy just because with all the different stuff involved in this game, with them being on a back-to-back and everything, it makes sense that they're only 3-point home favorites. But I'm still rolling with them. And Dallas is a good team, so. But that is all of the NBA games for today. Rolled through them pretty quickly. We got 3 games in the NHL to go over. The Dallas Stars are heading into Florida to take on the Panthers. Panthers are minus 200 favorites, total of 6.5. Where are we looking in this one, Nick?
Yeah, looking at this spot here, let me get it up on my page. We have the Florida Panthers hosting Dallas. Dallas comes in 18, 13, and 2. 17 and 16 against the spread, 12 and 21 over under, 4, 10, and 1 on the road. They struggle on the road, Dallas. On the other side, we have Florida, who are 24, 7, and 5. There's 20 and 16 against the spread. They're 21 and 14 over under. They're 19 and 3 at home. Very, very good home team. Jake Ottinger and Sergei Bobrovsky are the projected goalies in net. Bobrovsky is confirmed. Ottinger is not quite yet. Dallas comes in winning 5 of their last 6 games. The only game they lost is when they took 2 penalties in the last minute and a half, gave up 2 goals to the St. Louis Blues and lost that one 2-1 in regulation. And then their last game they won 5-2 versus Seattle, 3-2 versus Pittsburgh, 6-5 over this Florida Panthers team, and 7-4 over the Minnesota Wild. That was before the COVID break, but they're 3-1 since that. Ottinger's looked really good in net, and I believe that first game with Florida, it was, I want to say, it was Holtby in net. Ottinger has looked absolutely phenomenal. He's shut down the red-hot Pittsburgh to 2 goals. St. Louis, the first 58 and a half minutes, he shut him out. And then Seattle only gave up 2 goals here. For me, at this price, it's gone all the way up to plus 182. I think Dallas Stars may be worth a stab in this game, to be completely honest. I think that they could be a halfway decent look in this game. And as crazy as it sounds, with the total at 6.5, I'm going to take a lean towards an under here in this game, because I think that Ottinger can control this game a little bit in between the pipes. And a team total under 3.5 with Florida, as dynamic as their offense is, I think that this could be a spot for them to slow it down, or for them to be slowed down. They have gone. This is what ultimately kept me off the game. Florida's gone over in 7 straight games. 5-2 win over Vancouver, 4-3 over the Hurricanes, 6-5 loss versus the Stars, 6-2 over the Flames, 5-2 over the Canadiens, 9-3 over the Lightning, 4-3 over the Rangers since the COVID break. That's the only thing that kept me off of the under in this game. For me, this is a pass. This is a lean towards the Stars at plus 180. No play there.
That's fair. That's fair. Have to ride Memphis here. Hottest team in the NBA. Best rebounding team against a mediocre at best Dallas team. And a Dallas team with mediocre. A Dallas team without their big man in the middle. So with no Kristaps Porzingis. So makes sense. Anaheim Ducks are heading to Minnesota to face off against the Wild. This is the next game. Wild are a 150 favorite, total of 5.5. Any thoughts on this one? Don't piss off Terry too much.
Well, then cover your ears. I'm on the Ducks in this spot, and I'm also on the over 5.5. This is a spot here. This is a straight line play for me. I had this game projected around Minnesota minus 120, minus 125 in this game. I give them around a 55% chance to win this game, which gives me around that line. And you're getting I got them at 139. You can get them at 136 now. I think there's definitely value on that line. You get a nice 1 to 2% value on it here. And I like the over as well. We've seen the way that Minnesota plays at home. They are an over machine at home. And I don't think that stops here today. It is going to potentially, I think we're expecting John Gibson back tonight. He's going to be activated off the COVID list today. And they're hopeful to have him in between the pipes. That would be a very nice boost there for the Ducks. And it could be Cam Talbot back. He had a lower body injury, and it was Kaapo Kähkönen the last few games. And it could be Cam Talbot back in this game. So 2 goalies returning after missing a few games. I believe they should. No, they're not getting Adam Henrique back quite yet. Still another 5 or so days until they get him. They're not really missing any other bigger names on the Duck side. On the Wild side, they're going to be without Bukestad. They're going to be without Brodin. They're going to be without Eriksson Ek. They're going to be without Goligoski. And they're still without Spurgeon. And I believe Kirill Kaprizov is expected to play tonight. So that's a nice little boost there for the Minnesota Wild. I like the Ducks in this spot, though. I think that the Ducks can put up 4 goals tonight. I think this will be a higher scoring game, and I think the Ducks pull it out at the end.
There you go. Final game of the day, and this one should be close. I get the Colorado Avalanche hosting the Arizona Coyotes. This one's around a minus 550 favorite for Colorado, total of 6.5. Are we laying the chalk and just betting Colorado tonight?
No, we're not laying any type of chalk here. Even though Colorado should win this game. Projected goalies Darcy Kemper and Scott Wedgwood in net. I have the over 6.5. In this game, I got it around minus 105. You can get it at around minus 120 now, so that has been bet up. Sorry. I think I'm going to be blindly betting Colorado overs until they start putting up 7s, because there's no reason why these Colorado games should not be at 7s. They've put up at least 7 goals in 6 of their last 7 games. 9 goals in the game against Nashville, 7 in the game against Seattle, 9 versus Toronto, 8 versus Winnipeg, 7 versus Chicago, 6 against Anaheim, and then 7 again in the game against Nashville. This is a team where it feels like it's a race to 5, and we know that the Arizona Coyotes give up goals. Pretty plain and simple. They're 32nd in the NHL doing that, and they are coming off of a win. Here's how I would approach this game. If it's Karel Vejmelka in net for these Arizona Coyotes, I don't know, but plus 185, getting a goal and a half, I think there's worse plays out there. I know I called the Coyotes straight up win last time, even though I only bet the 1.5. I'm not saying Coyotes win this game by any stretch of the imagination. But either, if you want to get involved on the Coyotes, plus 1.5, or team total over 1.5 at minus 180. I know that's very juicy, but it's a 1.5. You rarely see those in the NHL with a 6.5 as a total. They're telling you that this should be a 5-2 game. That is what they're telling you here. And I think 2 goals from the Coyotes is not too much to ask for, so probably team total over 1.5, even at minus 180, might make my card later in the night here, as juicy as that is, asking the Coyotes to score 2 goals against this Colorado defense. And this high-paced Colorado team that does give up goals. It's not like this Colorado team is a team that is amazing on defense. They're 22nd. They're 22nd in the NHL, giving up 3.30 goals a game. They're first in the NHL, scoring 4.3. So I like the over in this one. And keep an eye on the community tab. I may put out the team total over 1.5 for the Arizona Coyotes here.
Okay. Hear me out. There's a line that I've seen that I've never seen a line this high. The draw on this game. Hear me out. It's plus 580. I know it's a minus 550, but holy, that's just my thoughts on that one.
No.
I realize that's probably not a smart bet, but that just looks very, very juicy.
Here's the thing. I think in order for this to go into a game like that, Arizona is going to have to put up at least 3 goals, which Arizona has put up at least 3 in 1, 2, 3, 4 of their last 10 games. So they are starting to score more goals. They put up 6 against Chicago. They put up 7 against San Jose. They put up 6 against Anaheim, and they put up 3 against Philly. So I think Arizona can put up a few goals in this game.
None of those games are Colorado.
Yeah.
None of those games are against a team as good as Colorado.
But Colorado's defense sucks.
Yes, but okay.
That's why they're not a Stanley Cup contender in my eyes. They are a very talented they are a playoff team. They are a win your division team. They're not a Stanley Cup team.
That's fair. That's fair. I just figure I'd throw out the draw. I feel like if we get the draw, as crazy as it sounds, with Velch-Melka in net, it would be like a 2-2 game. And
I'm gonna add.
If it happened, it would be because Velch-Melka stood on his head again and only allowed 2 goals or something like that, and it would be a close game that way.
Yeah, Velch-Melka can easily stand on his head here, and win this game for them. I'm adding here the team total over 1.5 for Arizona. I think they can get 2 against Darcy Kemper. So, and if Karel Velch-Melka's in net, I wouldn't talk anyone off of a puck line plus 1.5.
There you go. Wild 9-0 versus Ducks last 9. Let's go, Minnie.
This is a different Ducks team. There
you go. But we've made it through the entire card for today. So we get that. Tariq in the chat. What up, fellas? Just got on. Did the Hurricanes forget they were huge favorites yesterday, messing with everyone?
They did. Parlays. Nashville did. Calgary did.
But anyways, before we jump into some housekeeping and all that good stuff, you can go ahead and roll the bumper. Let the pretty girl say what she needs to say.
Hey guys, EarleSportsBets.com has finally launched, and to show our appreciation for you, click on the link below or go to EarleSportsBets.com/promo to get the 7-day package for only $49. That's $120 in savings. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's that. She makes a lot of sense. Sounds like good value there. But no. Yeah, it should hopefully be a good day. But some housekeeping before we head on out. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description below: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, premium plays, merch, TikTok, and the EarleSportsBets.com website, all linked down below. Speaking of Picks and Parleys, me and Nick live now. Craig did his show earlier. And then Higgs should be live around 12, 1:30. Will be Morning Wood with Allie Burns. 6 o'clock game time decision today. It'll be the last game time decision of the week. And then probably some extra content, free pick videos and stuff coming out on all the channels later on tonight. So make sure you guys stay tuned for all the content coming out on all the channel. Yes, good luck, guys. Light card for us today. I got 5 plays in the NBA. Get Toronto -7.5. I have 8 on here. I don't know why. I typed it up. I messed that one up. Golden State +4. Cleveland -3.5. Memphis -3 in the over. 237.5 in the Houston-Sacramento game. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm on the Pacers plus the points, the Warriors plus the points, and on the money line, and the Heat. And then I'm on over 5.5 with Minnesota and Anaheim. Anaheim money line, Arizona, Colorado over the total, and then the Oaks team total over 1.5.
Sounds good. Nick, go ahead, finish on out the stream for today.
Yeah, that should just about wrap it up for this one. We want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with the video here at Earle Sports Bets, or we go live, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bets show. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bets show. Thank you guys, and good luck.